Okay. Okay, keep doing that. Now, what you're doing here, my eyes are on this grass. I keep my eyes on that grass. And so I don't want this where you lift up and look. There you go. I want that shoulder coming right under your eyes. Then you can see how this right arm, push it, go to that finish and hold it for me. So it's almost like you're being stretched to the target. So almost like you're stretching to the target. Yes. You swing to that perfect pose that you just did with a baby backswing. So you're thinking about the picture. Hold it and finish it. Hold it, hold it. Well, you hit the ball, but I don't care how well you create that pose. Real? Uh-huh. Good. Salim, this is the 9th position. This is when you're doing the drills. And you can see how when this arm is parallel to the ground, how you've got a nice extension. I've got you compared to Tiger. Also, the left hand is underneath the right hand. You can see the white glove. Same with Tiger here. Your wrists are crossed. Eyes are down. Looks very good. So this is one of the key positions of the golf swing. It's after you've hit the ball, but it provides clues to what you were doing through impact. When you do the right thing through impact, you will tend to have this look in the 9th position. Now I'm going to compare your swing on the left when we were doing really small, simple movements to learn this extended arm position and the stretch of the right arm to the target and feeling the wrist crossed. And on the right is later in the session when we started expanding the swing and start swinging a little bit faster, but still try to hold on to the good form through impact. First, let's look at the small swings where you had just kind of a little baby backswing. Head is very still. That's as far back as you went. And then as you come through the ball, you have fairly extended arms right here at impact. And as you continue through, your eyes are looking down. And so you hit a ball, you have a nice extended arm here. You have your white glove underneath the right hand. This left leg is pretty straight. You've extended your left leg, moved your right knee closer to the left leg. That's good. Now as we look at the bigger swing on the right, a little bit bigger backswing. As you come down to the ball, you have a little bit more of a bend. Here you are at impact. You can see that your right arm is a little bit more bent. Your left arm is a little bit more bent. The elbows are separating on the right. And here you're a lot more extended. And then as we continue forward, you have a nice extension there when your hand is about waist high. Here you've got your right arm bent. Right now I can see the left hand is above the right hand. As you continue through here, you have a nice extension. The hand is underneath. We still need to work on swinging with the arms connected to the chest, and as we expand the speed. One of the things that is when we can notice here is that your shoulders are on this line, and on this one your shoulders are turned more. In other words, the center of your chest is here and the chest is here. And so you're swinging your hands and the chest together, connected. Here you kind of stopped the chest swing, and that caused your hands to go to the left of your chest, which forces the left elbow to bend. If you have extended arms at the beginning of the swing, you cannot hit the ball solid if you come back to the ball at impact with bent arms. We need to have extended arms at impact also. So we need to continue working on that drill of swinging through extension, but learn how to set the club in our backswing. When we take a bigger backswing, how do we also throw that club and swing that club correctly? So give a look at your down the line posture on this iron, and I'm comparing you to Grant Waite, and I do need to change your posture the next time we meet. From the face-on view, you look pretty good in terms of the weight distribution between your right and left foot, where your hands are in front of your chest, your arms sitting correctly. But we need to now fine-tune this position, this angle. You'll notice that Grant's legs are somewhat straight here. Maybe the knees are just slightly tilted forward, and then he has that angle. And you are a little bit more severe here. Your angle on your back here is 77 degrees, and it is almost 20 degrees different on Grant. So he's tilted over more. By doing that, Grant, if I'm going to draw this arrow straight down at 90 degrees and do the same from the center of your shoulder, 90 degrees, you can see where Grant has that red line passing through some portion of his hands, and your hands are way out in front. And so you don't really have enough clearance in here. We need a little bit more room between your hands and your legs, and you just don't give yourself quite enough. So that'll be one of the things that we'll adjust a little bit, is get you tilted more. I'm now going to take Grant back, and let's look at how he sets the club back. Keeps his head very still. Now, as Grant goes to the top of the swing, you can see Grant has this nice little triangle with his arms, and his hands are above his shoulders. And right now you have gone to the end of your backswing. You don't set the club with your hands up here. And so that's one of the things that we need to work on. You don't create that triangle from this camera view. You're kind of, what I talked about, you're kind of pushing the club at the ball and not throwing the club. So we need to learn how to set our hands at the top of the backswing so it looks more like Grant. And as Grant gets to the top, he will now come down, and you can see how that right hip, he's pulling that handle. You can see that sense of pulling the handle right to the golf ball, and then releasing with an extended arm. And you're kind of pushing more than pulling. And then when you hit the ball, you really haven't turned your hips at all. On Grant, I can see his left back pocket, and you're still basically sides. You haven't really turned and rotated to the ball like you did in the drill. Also, we can see this club way out beyond the ball, and you're actually hitting the ball on the hosel of the club. Think about that pose. See, you to stand up straight and just turn, just like a baseball swing. Just turn and make a loud swish for it right out here. Swish the ears. Good. Good. Keep turning and twirling. Good. You're just swishing. You're not trying to teach yourself to turn and swish. Now switch. Good. Turn and swish. Beautiful. Look at that draw. See a curve? good. It went up in the air, but it was straighter. There you go. Now I'm going to look at your driver swing. First, let's look at Grant Wait here. You can see how as he comes through, when he makes contact, as Grant continues forward, he has his extended arms, just like Tiger had, just like all the pros have. They have that nice extension in the right arm, and the left hand is underneath the right hand. That's the position you had when we were doing the small drills. And we need to keep focusing on that until it becomes memorized by your body. Right now you hit with bent arms, and your left hand is above the right hand, and your right arm is bending, left arm is bending, elbows separating. You're not keeping your elbows in front of your chest. So we're going to continue to work on that fundamental. I can already see that there is one of the reasons that you have difficulty is I can see the butt end of the handle going through the lifeline of your left hand, and it's not in the fingers, and that is why you have difficulty hinging your wrist. I want to take Grant up where his left arm is parallel to the ground, and you can see that here's his left arm and here's the shaft. He almost has a right angle formed because he's rehinged the club back up in the air, and so the shaft is almost at right angles to his left arm. When you're in that position, your left arm and shaft are still straight. You have no angle being formed right here. You're not rehinging that shaft upward, and that's because you have the handle sitting in your left hand incorrectly. And when it's incorrect, you cannot create any club head speed. So we need to continue to reinforce the correct grip of the left hand, not only in its rotational position so that you square the club head up, but you also can rehinge the club up and down. So we'll work on that again next time, and that'll just slowly get better and better. That's the best drive of the day right there.